Okay, continuing on. Just sharing the screen. Okay, so now we have our document here. It should look like this. You can check your document if you want to confirm that you've done the right size by clicking this page tool here. Here's my cursor. Here's the page tool. And you can see it's 9 by 9 inches. These are all the tools we have here in InDesign. I'll maximize this page. Where should we start, lovely friends? Okay, so first at the top here, we have so much good stuff. Oh, it's so good. We are in the best class. I just love talking about graphic design so much. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna start over here. So this is the pages on the right. We have pages. If you don't see this, you might be in a different setting. So these are essentially templated setting for the windows that appear. So if you are a web designer, you will need a different set of panels as opposed to a print designer. If you're a typographer, you work in a different program, but you probably have something like this, which deals more with fonts. For today, I suppose we could start simple. This is something I created. You can also create your own workspace. This is the one that I've created because that's how I like to work. Let's see. Let's go to essentials. Let's start with essentials. This is easier. I don't like essentials. I don't like this at all. This is horrible. How about essentials classic? I don't like this. This is not good. Hold on. All right, so if we go to the top here and say window, we have arrange, workspace. I want this to come back. I'm going to change this. I don't like essentials at all. I'm going to go back to typography. All right, so let's click typography here for fun. And then we can go step by step showing everything. Okay, so we have pages here, layers. Pages is going to be pages. This button here, you can create a new page. So I can create lots and lots of pages. If I want to undo that, I can do Command Z and just press Command Z until you get rid of all the pages. Let's say I added a bunch of pages and I wanted to trash them. I can click this little trash can. So let's click this 5 times, get rid of them. We have page 1. Okay. So that's pages. Layers. This would be, actually, we're going to use layers today as well. We're going to put the grid on layer 1, and we're going to create a new layer and put the objects on layer 2. And we'll talk more about this. Swatches, these are colors. We're not going to use this today so much, but this is definitely something you need to know if you're planning on using InDesign or you just want to have a familiarity with InDesign moving forward. Colors are a lot of fun. Swatches. CC libraries. This is, you can connect to the Adobe web presence thing that they have, and you can save all your stuff to a library. And then, so these are actually the colors I use for work. So this is the color palette that we use at work. But I also have seemed to have saved a number of other series of color groups. Now, if we go down here, this is text wrap. So this is going to be if you have a bunch of text, you can put an object in, you know, in the magazine, you see like there'll be a circle and the text goes around the circle. That's text wrap. So no text wrap, wrap around bounding box, wrap around object shape, jump object, jump to next column. We can go through step by step with this because it's a lot, but not right now. Just having a general understanding for now is fine. Glyphs, these are these little symbols that you use, like you can change out bullet points, you can do all sorts of cool things with glyphs. Glyphs are great. Not for immediate use right now. Then we have stroke. Stroke is going to be, if I were to draw a box here, we have the fill and the stroke. The fill is going to be inside the square. The stroke is going to be the outline around the square. So we can take this, bump it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, or we can do 2.25. Let's say we want to do 2 1/4. Press the tab key, and you have 2.25. Let's say you want it to be a dotted outline. You can go through these and click on dotted, then we have a dotted outline. Cool. Super cool. Let's see, if we press the W key on your keyboard, I think I'm on a Macintosh. If you're on a PC, W should also work. If it doesn't, there may be another key command for that. You know what, I'm gonna turn off my video. My face is like sitting in the middle of the screen. Hold on. Hold the phone, hold the phone. All right, so here we go again. Share. You guys see that? Yeah, okay, great. I very much like to compulsively save. This is one thing that I would highly recommend. So you can see this little asterisk next to Mood Board Mid-Century Modern Jenny Reed, which is the name of our document. So I would, yeah, and you can put it in, let's put it on the desktop for now. All right, there you go. Okay. All right, getting back to the windows. All right, so then we're gonna go through all of this. I don't think we're gonna go through all of this today though. Story, hyperlinks, effects, paragraph, paragraph styles, character, character styles. The important ones for right now, hyperlinks would be great for when you're doing web documents and you need to hyperlink an object or text. This is also useful for digital publishing. If you want to create something for an iPad or other tablet platform, then you could click on the object and it would go to a web link or external link. Paragraph and paragraph styles, we're going to be using these a lot. Character and character styles, we're going to be using these a lot as well. Character, this is where we have our fonts listed. These are the fonts that I have on this machine. On yours, it will list the fonts that you have on your machine. Mine sets in Minion Pro. We can change that to, let's try Gill Sans. Gill Sans is nice. Gill Sans Bold. We can change the size, the leading. We're going to talk about leading, kerning, and tracking. Oh, there's so many good things. It's such a great day. I've never used the vertical scale. I don't know anyone who has. We generally do not want to scale our typography. So this is one thing that's really, really important, that oftentimes people will stretch typography. So I'm going to say, hello, class. Okay, so if we take this, let's make it bigger. So we're going to go up here. So you can change the type size here, but you can also change it up here. All right, and we have this A here, and we also have paragraph, so it has a different set of options here. All right, so let's do point size up. Key commands and shortcuts are going to be very, very handy if you plan on using InDesign, Photoshop, or Illustrator for an extended period of time, because it really does speed up the process. All right, I don't like this message. Hola, chica. How about that? I like that better. No, chicos. Okay. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so this makes the type taller. We do not want to do this. We always want it to be at 100% for general purpose. There may be an exception to that, but I have not run into it in 10 years. So, I mean, I'm sure anything that I need to scale in that kind of way would be, I generally use vector. So in Illustrator, that's where I would, but typography, we don't want to stretch it vertically. We don't want to stretch it horizontally. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way. Leading is the space in between lines. This is very important. We're going to come back to typography and have a whole separate lesson on that. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. Can't even breathe. It's so exciting. And the thing is, I'm being genuine about that. It's really such a pleasure to be able to do what we do. It's okay. So let's say, but just to show you, leading, you can make it larger, you can make it smaller. Oops, upsies and downsies. All right, if you keep going, you can overlap the text. Maybe Chico's is in this color and Ola is in this color. Okay, let me close this because that's going to confuse you. If you look in swatches, this is how I would change the color. This is going to be a brief. We're gonna have a whole nother talk about color as well. Clearly, these are overlapping, so we want to make this to be. You can choose auto. Auto, I don't always like. It depends on what you're doing, but oftentimes, like let's say we wanted this to be a heading, and we put this here. I mean, let's go back. Click this T thing here for the text, and this would be for the shape itself. So this would change the background color. So I'm going to say none, go back to our T and click black. I'm going really fast right now, so don't panic if you didn't catch some or all of that. You don't have to know it right now, but I just want to give you a general overview of this program. All right, so this is the typography panel. Paragraph, this would be if you have more text, we can align it to the middle, to the right, to the left. We can justify left, center, and right, or all like that. So this would be if you had like a multi-column grid. You may want to use this. I don't generally use this because it makes really weird spaces in between the letter forms. So you can see, for example, Ola, there's a lot of space in between these letters, and there's less space in between these letters and the word Chico's. Sometimes I'll go like this, and then I'll make the word Ola, for example, bigger. Whoop, too big. Okay, so then we have it justified and centered, and then we have Ola big, and then maybe we can move Chico's, go back to character, just do this real quick, and we're gonna reduce the leading, pop that up there. We can click this, the selection tool. There's this little arrow here. If we click this, this will have a 2-column width. If we click this, it's a 1-column width. For your tools, selection tool, direct selection tool. So this would be individual objects within the frame. This is our page tool. This would be where I showed you the 9x9. Let's say you wanted to change this to be 12 inches high. Then you can press Command 0 to exit out of that. And you could change this to horizontal, vertical, right? Change back and forth. Don't panic, guys. I'm going to come back to all of this. I'm just giving you a very quick overview. All right, then we have this gap tool. I never use this. Content collector tool. I never use this. Content placer tool. Never use that. Type tool. I use that a lot. The type tool, we have type on a path tool. We have shapes. This is the line tool. Oh, we have so much good stuff. It's very exciting. We'll come back to all of that. Anyway, click this, hit your save button. Command S. Hola, chicos. Let me stop the video real quick, and I'll keep posting.